Welcome to Ill-Equipped History.
Spooky season episode.
Ooh, it's almost Halloween.
Oh my god! I've got my skull mug.
Cute.
For my hot tea tonight. I'm representing.
Nice.
I'm also wearing a Christmas sweater. So, you know what?
You know what? It's fine. My pants have
It's
flowers
fine.
on them. And they're like pink flowers. So it's all good.
It's all good.
How are you doing, Emily?
Help me. Oh my god. Guys, y'all, I know I not complain, but I know I express strong feelings about the shit I put myself in. Mm-hmm. And I really think I've taken the cake on this one. Because I'm on week 2 of a 4-day demo, and life still has to go on. So, I mean, I'm still taking kids to doctor's appointments. I'm still, parent-teacher conferences, and the book fair, and dance classes, and tutoring, and I have to cook dinner, and, buy groceries and everything. I have no floors. Everything is covered in dust. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, one of the hoses, as we pulled out the dishwasher to get the tile out from under the dishwasher, something happened with one of the hoses, and we think one of the hoses now has a leak in it. So we had a leaking dishwasher onto our subfloor last Friday morning. So I had to clean that. I had to unhook it myself, got sprayed in the face directly, right between the eyeballs with water, which was great. I wasn't cussing at all. At all. I didn't make up new words.
I can literally see in my brain the spray happens. You go, oh fuck.
That's what I said. Half under the freaking sink, my ass is sticking out, and I'm trying not to bang my head on the bottom of the sink because I'm getting sprayed, but I have to tighten it because I'm getting water everywhere. I was not having a good time. So I finally pulled out the dishwasher, get it cleaned up, and then my husband informs me that the sink doesn't work unless the dishwasher's hooked up, because then it would just it would leak into the sink cabinet. So I don't have a kitchen sink right now. So on Friday, we actually had plans to go to Valdosta, Georgia, to the drag strip with some friends, which was amazing, and I needed that break. We got to go on the track and stuff while he was awesome. Racing, and it was amazing. And he got third, so yay.
Yay.
Anywho, so we came home. I didn't even have the washer and dryer hooked back up yet. Mm-hmm. So we came home from a short vacation, no washer dryer, no dishwasher, no kitchen sink. I had to hook up the washer and dryer by myself. I did that, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm a strong, independent woman. I can do this. And then the washer was yelling at me, and I was like, why are you yelling at me? Because I didn't turn the water back on. I hooked up the hoses, but I didn't turn the little whatchamadoodle.
Right.
So that was half a day of laundry gone. Guys, I'm washing dishes in my bathtub. I have totes, and I'm having to lean over the side of the bathtub and scrub dishes, and I just want a floor. I just want a floor. What have I done?
You know what you need to do, Emily? You need to charge a homeowner an extra $1,000.
I need to charge the homeowner an extra $1,000. You know what? I don't know if we actually mentioned that guy specifically, but I think about him every day. And if you missed that story, but if you missed it, the TikTok that pissed off all the men for some reason. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still getting hateful people commenting. But he said, wow, you should charge the homeowner an extra $1,000 because of unforeseen circumstances. And I was like, bro, I am the homeowner. And he was like, oof, you should charge yourself an extra $1,000. So, I did. I sent myself an invoice. I paid it. So theoretically, I've made $1,000 off myself.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. All the hard work pays off. I haven't cried yet, so there's that. Good. And I've gotten all the screws out of the subfloor. But now we can see light from the basement coming through the subfloor because of all the holes. So, if you're the praying type, I'm going to need it. If you're not, just some good vibes would be great.
So are you replacing your entire subfloor or?
No, we figured out we can put tar paper down because they're not big holes. I mean, it's just enough for you can see a little light.
I just wasn't sure why you're ripping out the nails for the.
Because they stick up. And you have to pull them out. But we're going to put tar paper down and then the floors to create a seal.
Okay.
So, fumes from the basement when he's working on Jeeps and stuff don't come up through the floor. And it'll create a seal so we don't have to worry about it. But to the point where I have one area to clean up, I can vacuum and start laying. And if one hiccup happens laying these floors, I'm going to have a little bit of a minty bee. I called Lou the other day and I was like, I'm going to need you to talk me through this because I'm about to lose it. Because she's a stay-at-home mom, so she's more available than everyone else. Everyone else was at work and I'm like, I need you. Help. Help. She said, you're overstimulated. Go to the coffee shop. And I did, and I felt better.
That's good.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm good. As of recording yesterday, was my first day back at work after my fall break. So that was very nice. I sat on my ass for several days in a row. That was lovely. Unfortunately, Kyle got really sick. So we had some plans of stuff we were going to do together that he was not able to. So one of them, it's called Booze at the Zoo. We did it last year, and it's like a big Halloween 21 and up party at the zoo. He couldn't come, so I had to twist one of my friend's arms to come along.
Oh, darn.
And we had a lot of fun. And then, I just hung out and continued to take the break I needed, so I was nice and refreshed coming back to work yesterday. And I feel good so far. And tomorrow, I have a consultation to hopefully start therapy up again. So yay!
Yay!
Because it's been almost a year since I was last in therapy.
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
That's good stuff.
Good stuff. I'm proud of you too for building your house by yourself.
If you feel like you need physical therapy, you can come over.
A new workout
I can help
routine.
you with that. I don't know about mental. I don't know if you want to rely on me for that, because I'm not in a good place myself, apparently. But
my brain always feels better when I talk to you.
Oh,
it tickles the smooth parts of my brain.
It creates ridges.
It wrinkles my brain. That's what I need. Or maybe it smooths my brain out.
This brain.
Maybe you flatten my brain out a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It feels good.
It's okay. You know what? When they say ignorance is bliss, so that means if you're around your friends, and is that all connected?
Yes.
We just smooth out each other's brains.
Yes. It's just dopamine, boom, 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 all around in there.
And my husband has to come through and re-scrunch it. Like, you have to function, honey. Please. It's like, can we put it in a mold to get the, like a brain mold?
Like a little stamp or something?
Yes. Well, they tried that with lobotomies, and that didn't. Don't do that.
Don't do lobotomies.
That. No poking brains. Bad idea.
Well, speaking of brains, not really having anything to do with this episode, but we can go ahead and get into our skit.
Yes, I guess we're here for a reason.
I guess brains are like...
They're kind of.
Yeah, a little bit.
You'll see why.
You'll see, yeah. As if you don't know by the title of this episode, you'll find out.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, for real.
June 1816 in Geneva, Switzerland. A group of friends are reading ghost stories and attempting to scare each other, matching the gloominess of the outdoors. The host, renowned poet Lord Byron, has a proposal.
I say, this has been a wonderful time. How about we make this more interesting?
What do you suggest?
Why don't we write our own? Let's write our own scary stories to scare each other with. Well, that's easy for you to say. You're already an established writer. Jane and I are novices. Mary, have some faith in yourself. I know you are a writer in your own right. I bet you can come up with something. We'll see, I guess.
Later that evening, as Mary falls asleep, she has a sudden vision. A man hunched over something horrible. A manglement of body parts, stitched together like a patchwork quilt on a table. The man has a mad look in his eyes, as he knows he is about to complete the impossible. Become God. Lightning flashes in her dream, and jolts Mary awake. The next morning, Mary's sister Jane sees her writing by a window. Already started, huh? Inspiration come to you in the night?
You could say that. Hope you like a scary story about reanimation.
Jane's eyes go wide. Reanimation? Ooh, what's scarier than committing a crime against God and nature? I can't wait to read it.
Hopefully I can get everything to come together. I doubt many people will read it, but you'll be the first on my list. Ooh, Frankenstein.
Yes. Have you read Frankenstein, Emily?
No, I haven't read it, but I've seen a couple different versions of them, at least snippets of the movie, and then definitely Mel Brooks.
Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. I love that one.
That's a good one.
What was it? What great knockers you have. Why, thanks you, doctor.
Is that the one where it's Igor and he goes, what hump?
Yeah. What hump? And the hump switches sides. Yes. And every time they say the lady's name, the horses go, nee!
Yes. I need to rewatch it. It's been so long since I've seen it. What a great movie.
We should start. Okay. We should start watching movies like we always said we should. Yes. Like together for the pod.
Yes. One of these days.
We should start with that one.
We're gonna,
One of these days.
Because we talk about watching like movies based on historical fact, but I think as like a group, watching Young Frankenstein would be a great icebreaker.
Yeah, I really do. I love it. Is this based on real life? And just, yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're not specifically talking about Frankenstein today. We are talking about the author of Frankenstein, Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley.
What a badass name.
I know.
Wollstonecraft? Wollstonecraft. If we didn't know she was already a badass.
I know. And that's, like, that was her preferred name. And we'll get into why.
Okay.
Before we get started, I have some major trigger warnings at the front of the episode. And, like, some of them I had to tell Emily about last night because I was like, listen, you need to prepare. Mary Shelley's life was absolutely steeped in tragedy from the jump. So, the trigger warnings: suicide, infant and child mortality and death, miscarriage, adultery, shit men, and a whole lot of messiness.
Shit men is a good trigger warning.
Yeah, there's very few like good men in this story.
Yes. Also, we mentioned suicide, so we would like to say that if you are feeling like, you know, you want to do that, call 988 instead.
Yes.
Talk to somebody about it.
Please do, because we want you here.
We do. We love you.
We love you. And we'll put some resources in our show notes as well.
Absolutely.
If you feel like you're struggling or if this brings up any feelings. We're not going to go into detail as usual because we don't like to be morbid, but sometimes stories are just tragic.
Absolutely. And hey, if you want to vent, email us.
Oh, yeah.
We'll chat with you.
Yeah. We'd love to hear your story and see if we can help you. We're not therapists.
No.
But we love you.
Yes.
So let's get into the story of Mary Shelley. She was born Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin on August 30th, 1797 in London.
So that was just her legit middle name? Because I thought that was like her maiden name.
It's kind of a hyphenated last name.
Got it.
So her father was William Godwin, who was a philosopher and a political writer. Her mother was Mary Wollstonecraft.
Got it. Okay.
I'm going to be calling her Mary Senior. Listen, okay. As per usual, when we're talking about like a historical story in like London, there's like 4 names in this story. There's so many Marys.
Yes.
So many Williams. So I will call Mary Shelley's mother Mary Senior.
Okay.
Just to differentiate them. So Mary Senior, she was a feminist and a philosopher herself, and she wrote The Vindication of the Rights of Women in 1792. Mary Senior and William had a very interesting relationship for the time. Very unconventional.
Okay.
They were not married, and they actually had what seems to be an open relationship, which, again, was not typical. I didn't see anything about William, but Mary seemed to have like several different affairs going on. And he was fine with it. Like, he didn't really care. And she actually, before Mary Jr. was born, she got pregnant and had her first daughter, Fanny Ismay, whose father was an American. But when Fanny was born, William adopted her and raised her as his own.
Okay.
And I think told her about her true parentage when she was 11. But he had no problem with it. But when Mary got pregnant with his child, they decided, okay, we don't really agree with the institution of marriage on principle. Like, they're both philosophers. Mm-hmm. But we want our child to have the best outcome. So we're going to get married to, like, protect her.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So Mary was born August 30th, 1797. But again, tragedy has surrounded Mary from the beginning. Mary Wollstonecraft died from puerperal fever 11 days after giving birth to her daughter, Mary.
Oh, no.
I know. So sad.
If only the doctor was around before.
I know. If only,
what was his name?
Why can't I think of it? Oh my gosh. I fail.
Oh my God.
Give me a second.
Stand by.
Dr. Semmelweis.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
I had to go through all my documents. Yes, unfortunately, we're about 30 to 50 years too early for his research. So when Mary was 4, William married Mary Jane Claremont, who I'll just call Miss Claremont to...
Okay. Another Mary.
Because there's also a Jane. So I'll be calling her Miss Claremont or Mary's stepmother. They married in 1801. And she had 2 of her own children she brought into the marriage, Charles and Jane. And then William and Miss Claremont would eventually have another son, who I think was also named William. He's not really in the story. So Mary got along pretty well with her step-siblings and her half-siblings, but she and Miss Claremont did not get along. They were there's a lot of animosity there.
Yeah.
Mary really, really loved her mother, Mary Senior. Even though she never met her, I assume William told her all about her mother, and she would actually go to her grave very often, spend a lot of time there. And she actually chose the name Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin and went by that full name until she got married. And then she went by Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley and would even sign all 3 initials. So that was her chosen name. And in 1827, Mary wrote about her mother, quote, "The memory of my mother has always been the pride and delight of my life." I know.
Poor Mary.
I know. So all of the children, because there's 5, they were all educated at home.
Okay.
I saw somewhere that Miss Claremont refused to pay for Mary's schooling, but also like all of the children were educated at home. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. But nevertheless, they all got a very robust education. And William had no hangups on gender. So the boys and the girls got equally quality educations.
Right.
Even though she was not formally educated, she was extremely well read. She would often go read by her mother's grave. And she had a very active imagination, which her father encouraged and nurtured. Apparently, Miss Claremont disagreed with the way that Mary was brought up and discouraged her natural curiosity. But William was like,
get at it.
Yes, write and, utilize this beautiful thing that you have. So she did begin writing as a young girl as a way for her to escape into her own imaginative worlds. Her father had a publishing company, and she actually published her first work in 1807 when she was, I've seen 11, but I think she was 10 at the time, 10 or 11 years old.
Okay.
The poem was called Monsieur Nongtongpa, or The Discoveries of John Bull in a Trip to Paris. And it was pretty successful. I think by the time she was an adult or something, it had already been on its 4th edition. So it was like being repeatedly published, which is really cool.
That is really cool.
Another part of Mary's childhood as she was growing up, again, her father is a big political writer. He's a philosopher. So a lot of very important people were coming into the home to visit. Names were listed off. I'm sure these are big writers in London. I don't know who they are. But 2 people that were particularly inspirational to her, their names were Humphrey Davy and William Nicholson. They were scientists and electricity aficionados.
Oh.
And I bring them up because it's called galvanization. But it's this interest in galvanization that would go on to eventually help influence Frankenstein.
Okay.
So, perhaps to the ever disintegrating relationship between Mary and her stepmother, in 1812, Mary was sent to live with her father's friends in Scotland on and off for the next 2 years.
Well, that's rude.
She loved it, though. She had the best time. She really admired the quote-unquote domestic tranquility. The family was pretty wealthy, and so...
Okay.
And I don't think... I think they were okay growing up, but I don't think they were super wealthy, and like her father would go on to really struggle with money, which is kind of how we get into our next topic.
Okay.
My next section is called Percy Shelley Sneaks into Her DMs and Ruins Everybody's Life. So we're
Damn it, Percy.
Talk about Percy Bysshe Shelley.
Bish.
I know. I was cracking up when because I had to look up how to pronounce his middle name because it's Byssze. So I was like, how on earth do I pronounce this? And none of my guesses were correct. So it's Bysshe. He Bysshe. He is one of the most like influential poets of all time. Like he was a very popular poet when he wrote poems. Yeah, I'm not going to get into a whole lot of his life. He was born in 1792, so he's about 5 years older than Mary. And he belonged to an extremely wealthy family.
Okay.
He sucks.
Okay. Well, I already hate him.
I literally have that in my notes. Like, he is part of a very wealthy family, and he sucks. You'll probably hate him by the end, not even the end of this episode.
Okay.
I'm going to jump into where his decline in society begins. He was expelled from Oxford. When he was 19. He wrote something called The Necessity of Atheism, which scandalized his family.
You don't do that in the 1800s. They borderline come at you with pitchforks.
Basically. So, yeah, he was expelled from Oxford for that. And it was the expulsion that scandalized his family. That didn't help anything when he decided to run off with 16-year-old Harriet Westbrook, who was the daughter of a tavern owner. He took Harriet and her sister off to Ireland.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
While they were in Scotland? Or where were they?
No. So I'm going to get to... So Percy's in London at this time.
Okay. Percy's in London right now. Mary's in Scotland.
Mary had gone to Scotland with family, but I'll talk about how Percy got involved in the Godwin family.
Okay.
So because this is important to next events in the story. So
absolutely,
they got married, and Harriet got pregnant.
And him. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Harriet and Percy got married, because Percy has not met Mary yet. Percy and Harriet get married, and she has their first daughter. And they start having problems after this, because Harriet is like, I can't be in the clouds with you anymore. Like, I can't be this poet. We have a kid now. I got to settle down. And so he started seeking his needs outside of the marriage.
Oh.
Yeah. It's debated when Mary and Percy met. Some say 1812, some say 1814. Definitely by 1814 they had met each other. I've also seen I don't know. So around 1813, 1814, somewhere in there, Percy writes a letter to William and is like, hey, you're a really cool guy. Can I mentor under you? And William was like, hey, this Percy guy's like super rich and an aristocrat. He's an aristocrat. I'll take him under my wing and get some of that good moolah.
Yeah. What
William did not know was that Percy had been disowned after his elopement with a 16-year-old girl.
Oh, God.
So his finances were not extensive. When Mary and Percy did finally meet, Mary was 15 and Percy was 20. Again, Percy had devoted himself to William, who then became very financially dependent on Percy. So when I guess Mary had gone away and then she came back. They start becoming closer when she's 16.
Okay.
They would go on walks together. Their relationship began. There is a rumor, has not been confirmed, but I think historians think it's pretty likely, that Mary lost her virginity to Percy on the grave of her mother.
Oh.
Because she is a Gothic queen, apparently. But also 16, and he's 21.
Very angsty.
Yes. Ew. Yeah. William found out that they had started a relationship together and was furious. Naturally. And forbade Percy from seeing Mary ever again.
He's still married, right?
Yes, he is still married. He is still married.
What the?
Do not forget this.
Where is his wife?
Somewhere.
Oh my God.
Alone. She's also pregnant, by the way.
With their second?
Yes.
Child?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So when William forbids Percy from seeing Mary again, he's like, if I can't see you again, I'm going to kill myself. So they run off together. And Jane also goes along. Her older half stepsister goes with them.
Why?
I don't know. I guess.
Okay.
Because that happened with Harriet too. Her sister went with them to Ireland. And then Jane goes with Mary and Percy to France.
What is up with him and just persuading sisters to go with him?
Girl, you don't even know. So Miss Claremont does try to at least get Jane back, but was unsuccessful. William was so pissed off, he had cut all contact. He was like, don't even come back. I'm not even going to talk to you. I'm so mad. Because, they weren't, super high in society, but they were very respectable.
Yeah.
And even, I say this with the full knowledge that Mary is still a child at this time. She did something that was seen as unforgivable in their social standing.
Right. I mean, we got to remember this is a completely different time. But even today, if a 16-year-old girl runs away with a married 21-year-old...
Yeah.
Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
The police would be called. You wouldn't even just get, out of society. Jail.
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Do not pass go.
Under the jail.
Under the jail. Under the jail.
Yes. So one of the sources that I read said that even though William was super pissed off, her mom may have been fine with it.
Oh my God.
Because she was a free spirit, She was like, yeah, free love, whatever. Yeah. So Mary and Percy are traveling a while, but they didn't have any money because remember...
Yes.
He was disowned, so they have no money. Because, again, this continues to piss off his entire family.
And hers, apparently.
Oh, yeah. There was also one of the sources I was reading. It's the only place I got this, and it had the most information. It's Victorian. Hang on, let me check really quick. Victorianweb.org. So any of this is wrong, blame this website.
Okay.
But I am inclined to believe it because Percy sucks. He also started a relationship with Jane as well.
Oh my God.
And Percy had this friend named Thomas Hogg, and they would like share women with each other. And apparently he like tried to like pursue Mary, but she was at this time pregnant and was like, no.
Oh my
Girl,
God.
when I tell you this is messy.
Oh my God. You know what this feels like? This feels like the scene in The Little Mermaid when she's like, but Daddy, I love him.
I know.
And like, as an adult, you're like, somebody kick this girl's ass because she is not thinking right.
And send her back to her father.
And the dad is right.
Because she is a child. Like, I do think she was groomed by this man. And
Probably.
Because she lived a pretty sheltered life.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of sympathy for Mary. Like, because God knows her life was not, like, up to this point, it's been fine. But after this, her life sucks. So I feel a lot of sympathy for Mary.
Well, and, she is, it seems like she's been mourning her mother her entire life. She's got a stepmother she cannot stand, and her stepmother cannot stand her. And she's being held down by societal norms. And she's a 16-year-old with a gothic flair.
Yes.
And is like, I'm going to do what I want and be a free spirit.
Yeah.
Like my mom.
Yeah.
But it seems like her mom, obviously was an adult when she was doing things like this. And from what I can tell, seemed to be doing it with the right kind of head screwed on. Where she's a child making very quick child decisions.
Yes.
Yes.
So they did eventually have to come back to London in 1814. At this point, Harriet is 6 months pregnant and sued for financial support.
Okay.
Which, yeah.
Good.
Percy's family, again, completely cut him off. Like, not even an allowance. So he is broke. And literally, him and Mary were having to, like, move all around London to dodge creditors. Like, literally, he's ducking in alleys to, like, and, like, running out the back window to dodge creditors because he has so much debt.
Oh, my God.
In January of 1815, Percy's grandfather died, and he was given an inheritance. So he was able to negotiate with his father an allowance, which did allow Percy to pay off his debts, able to pay Harriet, which she was rightfully owed.
Of course.
And then William, Mary's father, was like, hey, give me money too. Like, loan me money to pay off my debts. And Percy was like, sure, here you go. And William never paid him back.
I can't even be mad.
I know. Percy sucks so bad, I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah.
First, like, really, really sad thing. On February 22nd, 1815, Mary gave birth to her first daughter, Clara, who was premature. And she died 2 weeks later.
Oh.
Mary was absolutely devastated, of course.
Yeah.
And when her daughter died, Mary said that she had a lot of dreams about her baby being reanimated.
Oh.
And this is a quote from her. She had a, quote, dream that my little baby came to life again, that had only been cold and that we rubbed it by the fire and it lived. I awake and find no baby. I think about the little thing all day. So sad.
Poor thing.
I know. Percy, after the death of their daughter, he goes on a fucking trip with Jane. Just, like, leaves Mary by herself because he just, like, does not really care.
What a shithole of a human.
Really sucks. So he was like, hey, my friend Thomas, why don't you, like, stay behind and, like, comfort Mary for me while I go run off with her sister. So.
Bad sister,
I know.
By the way.
I know. So when they do come back, and then Percy and Mary start traveling around, they start going on trips. and trying to settle down, but Percy is like starting to get restless. He's starting to like fall ill. On January 24th, 1816, Mary gave birth to her son, William.
Okay.
Percy started having failing health, and so they decided to go somewhere warm where he could, get better heal. Mm-hmm. It's thought that he may have had tuberculosis at some point.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. So in the meantime, Jane started an affair with Lord Byron, the poet. And when, she heard about all this, she was like, hey guys, why don't y'all come hang out with us in Geneva, Switzerland? And so they did.
Okay.
My next section is called One Fateful Night.
Ooh.
So in May of 1816, Mary, their son, William, Percy, Jane, Lord Byron, and Lord Byron's physician, John Polidori, who is also a writer, were all hanging out in Geneva at his summer house or whatever. What's interesting is that it was summer when they were there, but a volcanic eruption in Indonesia had led to dark skies and cold weather for the entire summer, and actually most of the year.
That's interesting.
I know. So it was all gloomy and cold when it should have been warm. And so they're like, let's just do fun stuff. We're here hanging out. So by June, Lord Byron and Percy are having a great time. They're becoming best friends. They're going sailing together. Nothing was explicitly said, but I wonder if there was some trysts happening. I think Percy and Jane were still hooking up. It was kind of hinted that maybe Lord Byron and Mary were, but nothing was solid. Not sure.
Right.
Not sure.
Okay.
So June 16th, 1816, all of these people spent the evening reading ghost stories to each other. And Lord Byron is like, hey, let's have a contest and write our own ghost stories. Because why not? They're all writers. Yeah. Or aspiring writers. So at first, Mary was a little uninspired, but she does recount how she eventually, that evening, I think, had a waking nightmare, which, quote, showed her a student standing beside a corpse he had animated. Which would eventually become the inspiration of Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus.
Wow.
Da da da.
Da da da.
But we're not going to talk about Frankenstein yet. This is the bones of Frankenstein, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later.
Okay.
My next section is called Tragedy After Tragedy. So we're going to get into some real bummers here. Okay. Again, suicide warning. So Percy and Mary come back to London in September of 1816. In October, Mary's older half-sister Fanny commits suicide.
Oh.
In December of 1816, Harriet Shelley's body is found in Serpentine Lake.
What?
Yeah. There was a final letter that was found that said, quote, wishing him the happiness which you have deprived me of.
And there's 2 small kids now.
Yeah. So her death was considered a suicide. Mm-hmm. And her death happened on the first week of December. And Percy and Mary were married by December 30th. Or on December 30th. Oh, God. Yeah.
Didn't even wait.
An entire month.
How brainwashed is she?
I think she's really in it. Because, she's only 19. At this point. So, there was a rumor. It's pretty baseless, but there was a rumor at the time going on that there was foul play involved in Harriet's death. But not on Percy or Mary's behalf, on her father's behalf, William Godwin, because he was like, my daughter will never be proper as long as she's having an affair. But as soon as she got married to Percy, he let them back into his life.
Oh, that is sus.
Yeah.
That's a little suspicious, but, that doesn't mean anything.
And
it's not evidence.
These were rumors, and apparently leading up to her death, Harriet had been talking about suicide, and the letter that was found, all evidence points to it was her taking her own life. There was no foul play involved. So, like I said, William did re-enter Mary's life after her and Percy were married, but they had to leave England again because of all the fallout happening from Harriet's family claiming custody of the children, and then like the whole mess that surrounded that. Like there was a big uproar, which again, like Harriet's family did, you know, they were like, we're going to take these children, but like you're still financially responsible, and it was just a big mess. So they left London.
Percy didn't even try to get his own kids?
No.
What a fuckhole. Oh my God.
He sucks.
Oh, he sucks so bad.
And on top of this, their marriage continued to be rife with adultery.
Yeah.
No real surprise there. So they went back in 1817, they go to Italy, which I think they had spent some time before when they were like on their travels and stuff. Mm-hmm. And while in Italy, Percy became, quote, one of the foremost poets in the English language. So his poetry just exploded. And during this time, Mary published her first novel, or it's a book, History of a 6 Weeks Tour in 1817. It's not a novel because it's nonfiction. I guess you can have nonfiction novels. It was a book kind of like going about her journeys. And it was very reminiscent of a book that her own mother had written when she was alive about all the different adventures that they had had.
Yeah.
Also in 1817, Mary gave birth to her second daughter and third child, Clara Everina.
Okay. So renamed after the first daughter.
Yeah.
Got it.
So Jane also started going by Claire at some point. I'm just going to keep calling her Jane for simplicity's sake. Jane was pregnant with Byron's child.
Okay.
Which he was married. So this was not...
God.
Girl, I'm telling you, I was reading all of this. I was like, this is like a soap opera. I cannot. It is so messy. I cannot.
What? Dude, I didn't even know Lord Byron was married. What the fuck is going on with his wife?
I don't even know. I was like, I looked up enough because the way that it was said, like in the sources about how close he and Percy got, I was like, were they close or were they like close? But I couldn't see anything about like close. They could, I don't know.
I'm so stressed.
I know. So Jane was pregnant with Lord Byron's kid, and he was like, okay, I will take care of the child if I never like see you again, because like this is a child born out of wedlock, whatever. So after she gives birth, Jane goes to Italy to drop her daughter off with Lord Byron so he can take care of her. And then the Shelleys go with her.
She just dropped her child off?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Damn.
Yeah. So in August of 1818, their daughter, Jane and Byron's daughter, gets sick. And so Shelley is like, we have to go see her. But their own daughter, Clara, was sick. And Mary didn't really want to go, but he was like, we have to go. So when they arrived, she was like, we need a doctor. But he didn't want to, quote, interrupt his own talks with Lord Byron.
What?
And Clara Everina died from dysentery.
How can I go back in time and strangle a motherfucker?
I know.
How? Because he was chitty chatty? Because he didn't want to stop talking to his best buddy in the world? Over his own daughter? I've never loathed anyone more in my life.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing we didn't know how much, like, how terrible he was in school, because I don't know if we should have learned this stuff in school, but oh my God.
No.
He's awful. Like a true monster, really. No redeeming qualities.
None.
Mary, of course, was devastated and blamed Percy for the death of their daughter.
As she should have.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to take a quick break from all this tragedy. Okay. We're going to talk about Frankenstein, and we're going to go back into the tragedy. This is just a little
sidebar
palate cleanser, I guess.
Okay.
So Frankenstein was published in 1818 when Mary was 21 years old. She had been writing it, working on it for the last 2 years.
Okay.
When she went to go publish Frankenstein, she'd only printed like 500 copies from like the cheapest publisher they could find.
Right.
So when Frankenstein was published, or in, like at first, it was anonymous.
Okay.
Because with the the subject material
Yes.
it was a lot, especially
out
in
there. Yeah.
1818. Yeah. I mean, you have a man who desecrates graves and picks up a lot of body parts, stitches them all together, reanimates this corpse, who then has like a series of religious and existential crises throughout the book. Murder happens. It's just, there's a lot going on. So she was like, I don't think people would be very responsive if they realized a woman had written this. So it was anonymous until they could kind of get a feel for how people responded to it.
Okay.
But Percy had actually written the foreword to the book, and he was like her editor in this process. And people actually thought that he wrote the book.
Oh, no.
And then the dedication page is tributed to William Godwin, and people thought William Godwin wrote the book.
So no one really knew who wrote the book.
Right, until later. I think in its next publication, it was published Mary Shelley as the author. Mm-hmm. It was a smash hit.
Yeah, because it's weird, and people have always, in the history of people, been obsessed with the morbid and macabre.
Yes.
So, yeah, of course it's a smash hit.
And she's credited with starting the contemporary science fiction genre.
Because she's a badass.
She is a badass. She was, quote, the first writer to combine what was then known to be factual scientific knowledge with gothic fiction.
Wow.
Because she used a lot of her love and passion for science and electricity and galvanism to...
It's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So that was our little palate cleanser talking about Frankenstein. Now we're jumping right back into horrific tragedy.
Oh, God.
On June 7th, 1819, her son William dies of malaria.
Oh, my God. All three of them.
Yeah. Mary also blamed this death on her husband, who, after William died, he went off to go hang out with Jane and another one of their friends and left her alone to grieve.
No.
Yeah.
I would have said, fuck this guy a long time ago.
Yeah, I feel so bad for her. But I don't know. I can't say, like, what she should have done because it was in early 1800s for a woman, you know?
Yeah.
She didn't have a lot of options. She couldn't go get a job, you know?
Yeah.
So in her anguish, she wrote a book called Matilda. It's I haven't read it. It's very, very dark. It has a lot of themes of incest and suicide.
Oh.
It wasn't published until 1959.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, like, she wrote it and, like, just... I think she was in a really, really, really dark place. I think she was angry at the men in her life. She was angry at her father. She was angry at her husband. And so she wrote, like, the darkest story
and
that
then
she
just,
could
like,
think of.
Put it in a drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until over 100 years after her death.
Wow.
So... in October of 1819, Mary and Percy moved to Florence, Italy, and in November of that year, their son, Percy Florence, was born, who would be their only surviving child. Oh. The birth of their son did seem to mend their relationship somewhat, but Mary found out that Percy had fathered another child with their nursemaid, Elisa, who then, her husband started demanding money from Percy.
Keep it in your fucking pants, dude. Why? Stop fucking.
He's the worst. He's actually the worst.
How is he persuading these people to have sex with him?
Because he's the best poet in the world, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, well, screw his words.
I know.
Like...
some people just have that riz, you know, like we've met these people that they are the worst human to live, but they have some kind of charisma that they always have people in their orbit. It's just like, why? There's no redeeming qualities about you. Why? How can you keep bringing people into your orbit? You know? Anyway.
I bet there's a very large population of people who are descendants of this motherfucker.
Right,
I'm don't even know it.
I'm sure. He's like the next Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
So in 1820, they moved to Pisa, Italy, and Mary begins working on her novel Valperga. In 1821, the Shelleys became friends with Edward and Jane Williams, who also moved to Pisa. Mary started becoming more and more depressed because she's with a shitty-ass husband.
Yes. Has lost 3 children.
Yes. And has received no emotional support from him at all. So because of this, Percy then starts seeking comfort from Jane Williams and another woman named Amelia Viviani, which apparently he wrote a poem for her, and it was a whole thing. And in 1822, Mary suffered a miscarriage.
Oh, no. Not another one.
So this is the last one that I know of as far as a loss of children.
4 children.
Yeah.
1 surviving.
Yes. And I don't know if you saw, I do have a picture of Percy Florence towards the end.
Okay. So he lived to be old.
I think his obituary said that he died when he was about 70.
Okay. That's a good long life.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he survived into adulthood.
Good. Thank God.
Okay. We'll see how you feel about this next part. On July 8th, 1822, Edward Williams and Percy were out on Percy's sailboat. 10 days later, they were found, having drowned in a storm.
Okay. I feel bad for Mr. Williams.
I was seeing how you felt about Percy dying.
Bish, bye. I mean, not that I wish death on anyone, but oh my, he was such a shitty human being. It's really, really hard to have empathy for somebody that has fucked everyone literally and figuratively over.
Yeah.
So, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mary is now a 24-year-old widow because she's only 24.
What? All of that happened before she was 24?
Between the age of 16 and 24.
I could have sworn by now she was in her 40s.
Nope.
What a crazy 6 years.
Yeah. Really, really, really. So Mary is now a widow with no way to support herself. She doesn't have, he has nothing.
Yeah.
And she has her son.
Because he kept paying for the fucking babies.
Right. So it's just her son, and the only way that she can really support herself is through her own and Percy's writings. She had very complicated feelings about Percy's death. She felt a lot of guilt, which was not helped by the fact that his friends were blaming her for making his last year of life miserable. Emily looks like she's about to commit homicide.
These are giving the same energy as the men in the TikTok comments.
Yeah.
The ones that have nothing better to do than to blame women for everything.
Right. I wonder why she was so miserable the last year of his life.
Maybe because he was a dickhole.
Yeah. An infected dickhole.
It's spreading that infected shit everywhere.
Stinky.
Because he can't keep it in his pants. He's so bad.
Mm-hmm. So, again, she feels a lot of guilt. She has a lot of complicated feelings, which I do not blame her for. She has gone through hell with this man.
The last 6 years has been a rough patch.
Right. Right. So, in what she thought was doing right by him, she would go on to continue publishing his poems and his works and helped spread his good name in a way of he's this great poet. Everyone celebrate him for how great of a poet he was.
Horrible husband.
Yes.
Horrible father.
Yes.
At least she's making money off of his work.
But still not a lot. It's really not a lot. And in this time, because him and Lord Byron are like best buddies, right? They're best friends. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, hey, Lord Byron, you're a billionaire. My husband died, who's your best friend. Can you help me out? He ghosted her. Wouldn't even help her get back to London. Just.
I hate him too.
Yeah, like, one of my trigger warnings was shit men.
Shit men. That's just, honestly, I was joking when I said that's a good trigger warning. No, it is. I
put it in there for a reason.
Good.
I'm not laughing at what's happening in the story. I'm laughing at Emily's reaction because she's very angry.
I'm baffled.
So, and the women suck in this story too. Okay, so
yeah, because Jane's been doing her wrong the whole time.
Yeah. So Mary was finally able to get back to London in 1823, and I guess she went back with Jane Williams, who her husband also drowned with Percy. And she thought, like, we're sisters in this. Like, we're going to stay together. We're going to live together, support each other. Fucking Jane goes off to Thomas Hogg and another one of Percy's friends and starts talking shit to them about Mary and how she ruined Percy's life.
Well, fuck her too.
Fuck her too. And she was having an affair with Percy, cheating on her own husband. Like, the messiness of this story is out of this world.
Honey, find a new friend group.
I know. With no one else to turn to, she goes back to her father, who welcomes her back with open arms.
Oh, thank God. Bless her.
But he has no money, so he cannot provide any financial assistance.
At least she has a roof over her head, right?
I think... No, they actually didn't live together. They lived close to each other.
Okay.
And they saw each other almost every day.
Oh, good.
I don't know where she was living. That was not said.
At least she had emotional support from her father.
She had a person she could talk to that didn't hate her. And she was finally able to publish Valperga in 1823.
Okay.
However, socially, she was also shunned for her actions from when she was a 16-year-old girl child who was groomed by an adult man, running off with a
it's all her fault.
Right. So
it's all her fault. Of course it is.
She would go seek help or just even try to talk to people that were in her family's social circle, and they would not even give her the time of day.
People are so shitty.
But that did not stop Mary from receiving several marriage proposals when she came back, but she never remarried. She turned everyone down.
She's probably like, I'm so done with marriage. If that's what it was, I don't want it.
I don't blame her one bit. Like, her first and only experience with marriages was shit. And then the only other relationships her and her father and her stepmother got married, and she hated her stepmother.
Yeah.
They got along crappy. And then, like, all the other relationships she sees, everyone's cheating on each other.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah. Mary did keep writing, but none of her other books were as popular as Frankenstein or successful.
Mm-hmm.
But Frankenstein is not necessarily considered her best work. It's one of her best, but she does have a book that I'll talk about in a second that's considered even better. She was politically radical. She actually publicly spoke out against her father and husband. And one of her points is that women have many innate qualities that were more useful for politics than power.
Okay, yeah.
But despite this, she continued, publishing Percy's writings after his death, and would butt heads with his father because he disagreed with everything that his son did after, the past 6 years.
Yeah.
And he's probably like, don't even worry about publishing his writings. Like, he sucks.
What, you gonna give me money? Because, I need to make a living, and whether I'm doing it for honor or what, it makes money either way.
Right.
So.
And Mary may have received a small allowance.
Yeah.
For Percy Florence.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it was
I hope
something
she
small.
did.
I think it was small. I don't think it was enough to pay the bills. I think it was £200 a month or something, or I don't remember. It was not a lot.
Yeah. Something's better than nothing in this situation, because a lot of women would have been left high and dry.
Right. So in 1826, Mary wrote The Last Man, which is a dystopian novel set in the 21st century about a plague that wiped out mankind.
Oh.
It's considered
That's super.
I know.
Modern.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've just laughed, like, when I read A Plague in the 21st Century, I was like,
Huh.
which,
Mary Shelley predicted it all.
I know. This is considered one of her greatest works, even though it wasn't as popular as Frankenstein. I think, like, from a literary perspective.
Right.
Her next works were The Fortunes of Perkin Warbeck in 1830, Lodore in 1835, and Faulkner in 1837. And I believe Faulkner was her last work published in her lifetime.
Okay.
Unfortunately, William Godwin died on April 7th, 1836 from catarrhal fever, and he was buried by his first wife, Mary Wollstonecraft.
Oh.
I know. So Mary's lost, like, almost everyone in her life up to this point. So sad.
Yeah. She's left with the evil stepmother.
I know. Which Miss Claremont never comes back into the story, so I have no idea what happens with the rest of her family. So we're on our last section, Death and Legacy. In 1844, Percy's father, Sir Timothy, died. And everything that he had went to Percy Florence, because he was, like, the only heir left, I guess.
Yeah.
So, like, everything that Percy should have inherited, and then Timothy's...
Percy Florence got.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, Percy Florence and his wife, Jane, again, there's, like, 5 names in this whole story. They moved into the Shelley country home in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And Mary moved in with them.
How sweet.
I know. In one of the sources I read, it said that once Percy Florence was financially secure, quote, she lost the will to live.
She was just staying alive to keep him.
Make sure he was okay. So Mary began suffering from psychosomatic illnesses, panic attacks, a lot of anxiety. I think there may have been some, like, hallucinations.
Okay.
And she also eventually came down with a mysterious paralysis.
Oh.
And she died in her home on February 1st, 1851 at the age of 53.
Oh, that's so young.
It's so young. It was later discovered she had a brain tumor.
Oh, bless her heart.
I know. So, one thing they found, they were going through Mary's belongings after she died, and in her desk drawer, they found Percy's calcified heart.
Oh, like for real?
Yeah. So apparently when Percy had died, he was cremated, but part of his heart didn't completely burn. And they think part of it was calcified because of tuberculosis. And so she kept what was left of his heart, like, and she had it wrapped in one of his poems and carried it around with her.
Okay, Gothic Queen for sure. Holy shit.
And she may have been buried with it. Like, when she was finally, like, interred, she may have been buried with his heart.
Wow.
So Mary was buried at I believe it's the Shelley family tomb in Bournemouth. And her son, Percy Florence, actually exhumed Mary's parents and reinterred them beside Mary.
Oh. Percy seems like a good son.
I know. So a little bit more just, like, about Mary's legacy. She is considered a Romanticism writer. That's, like, the genre she wrote in. A little bit of Gothic, but mostly she's considered a romantic writer. Frankenstein remains her most successful and well-known work. As persisted in pop culture. In 2016 alone, 50,000 copies of Frankenstein were sold worldwide, which is a huge cry from 500 when it was first published.
Shit.
In 2021, an original copy of Frankenstein sold for $1.17 million, which was a record for a woman author's printed work.
Damn.
And also, I just had to put this in. Frankenstein is the doctor, not the creation. But is he the monster?
But is he the monster? Because who tries to play God?
Right.
Wow.
I just had to put that little, because
You need to.
I had to.
Yeah.
Because I read Frankenstein in school. It was a little dense for me because I was still, like, a child teenager.
Yes.
But I remember, I think in the book, I think the creation is just called the creature or the creation throughout the entire book. He's never given a name. Frankenstein is the name of the doctor who creates the creature. Right. Anyway, so in 1995, selected letters of Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley were published by Betty T. Bennett. And then, I meant to put it in chronological order, I forgot. In 1987, the Journals of Mary Shelley, 1814 to 1844, were published by Paula R. Fedman. And who else that disappeared forever? Oops. By Paula R. Fedman and someone else.
Okay.
Got lost forever from my notes.
Oopsie doodles.
Oops. And I have 2 quotes. I believe these are from Frankenstein. Okay. Quote, "I am an unfortunate and deserted creature. I look around, and I have no creation or friend upon earth." And, quote, "I beheld the wretch, the miserable monster I had created."
Ooh. It makes me want to read it.
It's really good. It is a little dense because it was written in 1818. Yeah. But it's sad, but it's very, very interesting. It goes a lot into like philosophy and like the creatures kind of building awareness and kind of coming into his own as like a living thing and like gaining awareness and figuring out life. And then Frankenstein's like, "Oh, what did I do? I have to kill this guy now because I'm evil."
You created oops. I created a monster.
Oopsie. It's like literally like he's like, "Haha, I'm going to create this man." And the moment the creature opens his eyes, he's like, "I've made a mistake."
I've created a man.
So yeah, go read Frankenstein if you haven't. It's very good, and hopefully as an adult, like it's easier to understand than as a teenager.
You're putting a lot of faith in me. You are. I loved this.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Obviously not Percy because fuck him.
Yeah.
But like, oh my God, I did not know her life was so messy.
I didn't either.
And like, I feel so sorry for her.
I feel like, awful.
I want to hug her.
Like I knew she had a very sad life. I mean, you don't write Frankenstein as like someone who doesn't have, trauma. Yeah. But oh my God. I did not know that the relationship with Percy was this toxic.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. I had no idea about Harriet. I had no idea about Jane, her sister.
Him literally just abandoning all of his children, letting them die without even trying.
And then leaving her in her grief. Just like, oh, you're too sad for me. I'm going to go away.
I'm going to go where, someone's not grieving and probably go fuck them real quick.
Get them pregnant, it's fine.
Wow. I hate this man. I hope karma came back and did its job.
Well, he drowned. And that's a pretty bad way to go.
Yeah. Also, pretty interesting that his first wife was found in a river.
Yeah.
And he drowned.
Yeah. I didn't even make that connection.
Maybe she was just like, let's see how you like it.
Fuck you.
Came back as a ghost. I brought a storm, bitch. Bish.
When I learned that it was pronounced Bish, I was like, oh boy.
Well, no wonder. They shouldn't have named him Bish, that's for sure. He just lived up to his name. Oh my God. I've never hated someone so much in my life.
Yeah.
Honestly, even Charles Dickens treated his wife better than this.
Yeah. And he also sucks.
He also sucks. He only cheated on her with one woman. Just the one.
And he liked her. Like, he liked his affair partner too, right? Like, it didn't even seem like he liked
half these women.
Right.
He was just trying to find a hole to put his dick into. I hate this man.
Yeah.
I really didn't think we were going to find someone this much worse than Charles Dickens.
Well, you're welcome.
And you know what? And you know what? His name is Dickens, and then we got Bish over here.
Yep.
So, be careful what you name your children.
Nominative determinism.
Yes.
People will become their names. You got to be careful.
Yes. 100%.
Well, that's all I have on Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley. May she live forever in her works.
Yes.
Frankenstein's never going to go away. Like, even the, pop culture version that we have, like the big green dumb monster that doesn't talk,
He's...
Like, that will...
He is... He it's like he's become his own version of a cryptid.
Right.
And, children's shows from, the 60s on, cartoons of him, are there.
Yeah.
Currently, shows kid shows like Vampirina and what's the...
Was it, Monster High?
Things like that. There's a Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter has, from Monster High, a Frankenstein doll upstairs.
Yeah.
It's just...
So, even in that sense, Frankenstein...
Yeah.
Even, the Frankenstein monster version we have in pop culture is never going to go away, and therefore Mary Shelley will never go away.
And you know what? She'd like that. She'd be like, yeah, I'm going to live in your spooky thoughts for the rest of your life.
Can't get rid of me.
Ha ha ha. Should we do socials?
Yes.
Oh,
I was about to say, I'm very interested to read The Last Man, because it's, critically acclaimed.
Tell me how it is.
Okay. I'll have to add it to my reading list, and I'll let everyone know whenever I get through the 100 books on my reading list. Everyone is like, you have to read this book. You have to read this book. And I'm like, okay, it's on my list. And now
literally, because my books are displaced right now, they don't have a home. I have boxes and stacks of books that I have not read yet. And is it a little daunting? Yes. But, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But yes, let's do socials.
Let's do socials. Okay. So if you want to see our faces, you can find us on Facebook.
Ill-Equipped History Podcast Group and page.
Instagram.
At Ill-Equipped History.
Gmail.
Ill-equippedhistory@gmail.com.
TikTok.
At Ill-Equipped History.
And Patreon.
Patreon.com/Ill-Equipped-History.
For just $5 a month, guys, we have over 24 bonus episodes. And you get stickers. And if you sign up in the month of October, you'll get the bonus spooky sticker for the month.
Yeah.
And those are limited run. We're not going to make any more of those. So get them while they're here.
Yeah.
I do have pictures of them on our socials if you want to check those out. I'm really proud of them.
They're very cute.
So, so we'll send you one. If you ask nice, I might send you two. I don't know. You're like, hey, me and my partner want one each.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that.
Yeah. Anywho, maybe, and this is coming from someone who found their husband at 17. Wait. And if you're starting to see red flags, wait before marriage. If you're starting to see red flags, kick him to the curb.
Yeah.
Please.
And also,
please
don't groom children. That would be great.
Yeah.
If you're 21, don't date a 16-year-old.
No. Age appropriate. Now, hold on. Nick was 21 and I was 17, but I was almost 18. It was so close.
Well, and
we were so close.
We know who was the pursuer in that relationship. And also, you guys have known each other for like 10 years at that point, right?
Yeah, seriously. And, I mean, we dated for 6 years before we got engaged. So, I mean, listen, vet it out. But if you're 16... and if somebody who is in their 20s comes up to you, and tell them no.
Married and has 2 children.
Tell them no. That's a walking red flag.
Yeah.
Walking red flag. Absolutely not.
And if you need something spooky to read for spooky season, read Frankenstein. Or the Modern Prometheus.
Or any other of Mary Shelley's works.
Yes.
Just do it. Feel her vibe.
Yes. Let the gothic horror come through.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you're shitty to your wife, maybe don't go sailing. You know, karma comes around.
Oh boy.
Or do. I don't know. You know, I'm not feeling really sad about it. So. Okay. We gotta let these people go.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.